Hey, we're back.
Woo!
So, to start the episode off, we ended the last episode going out to fly the drone, and it was really cool until it crashed. And now we're going to have a moment of silence for that poor drone. Okay, moment of silence over. Yeah, so we went out to fly that drone, and he gave me the control first, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is really neat. It was kind of windy, like I said it was.
It was a windy day.
Who's he?
Who? He? James?
You said he gave you the controller.
James gave me the controller.
There it is.
Yes.
The sky was angry that day, my friends.
I thought it was implied that it was your drone.
Oh.
But, so we went out to fly this in the wind, and I flew it around a little bit, up the street, down the street.
You flew it like a pansy.
Down. Yes, I did.
Because you know
what happens? You know what happens when you don't fly it like a pansy, Jaron? What happens when you don't fly it like a pansy, Jaron?
You don't have fun.
You destroy it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jaron demolished this drone.
Okay, so
Come on!
it wasn't exactly my fault. I mean, I was holding the controller at the time.
And flying it.
I think.
flying it at a very breakneck pace.
When I was doing it, I was flying it really wussy, for sure. I was like up, down, turn, forward, backwards a few feet.
10 feet.
And then I was like, okay, I'm done. It's too windy. Yep. I hand it to Jaron, and he just throws it forward.
Took off. 100 feet.
Across the street.
Hey! So, my first time doing things...
Listen to him back himself up here. Okay,
I just like to throw myself into things, you know? You're a little bit cautious. You probably didn't have as much fun your wedding night.
I'm not sure how that would have gone with his drone, though. I'm not sure how he would have thrown himself into his own drone.
When he started flying, like, my jaw dropped. I was like, whoa, okay.
I just went, oh, man, he's good. He knows what he's doing. He must know.
I did know. But what I didn't know was it was windy. It was terribly windy. So
Wait, did you say you didn't know that?
No, I didn't feel the wind on my face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, all right.
No, so...
Quick hard lesson on physics.
So James, he said, it's okay. You can't wreck these things.
Yeah, just do it.
It's windy, but it'll be fine.
I'll admit, James did pump up the confidence.
you
He
are
said
so
he basically made it sound like it was uncrashable.
It's true.
And if it did crash,
And it was.
And if it did crash, it would be no problem.
Here's
This
the
thing is
thing.
designed to come apart, blah, blah, blah.
Here's the thing. This thing is a DJI Phantom 3 Professional. Go look it up online if you guys haven't
With a
seen
4K camera.
With a 4K camera.
4K.
And built-in gimbal auto-correcting wizardry.
It was so beautiful.
And, well...
Was
being the operative
I
word.
said was.
Oh, right.
I didn't know it could break apart into that many pieces.
I was astonished.
What happened is
The metal snapped.
it isn't his fault. It was kind of windy outside.
Thank you.
And to be fair, I had just updated the firmware, so I probably should have tested it out a little bit more. Which, by the way, DJI...
Oh, it was a firmware, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
That's what did it.
That's what it
Not
was.
physics.
Yeah.
So I've had it flip upside down before, but it compensates. Like it knows, oh, I'm upside down and I'm not supposed to be that way. So it self-compensates and it flips. But instead of doing that, it pulled itself more towards the ground.
Like Avengers.
So
we had a live video feed going from the camera to the smartphone that was on the controller.
So I was looking at the screen of the drone.
Yeah, Jaron was flying it like a video game, basically.
Like a pro.
Video game.
A video game.
Like a pro. So anyway, I
like a video game.
I was feeling confident. I flew it past Tony's house to this big open field. I'm doing great.
Which
no one can fly a drone better than me. So I'm
to
like,
your credit, you think a big open field would be the best place to fly it over.
Precisely.
Or
No,
crash it.
I was being
or
intelligent
crash it.
about it. I was flying it beautifully. And then I thought, let's give Owen a chance.
Nope.
He hasn't had a chance to fly it yet.
I said no from the beginning.
Owen said no first.
I think I was, nope.
Owen
pounds of
didn't.
nope.
Owen did nothing on his wedding night. No action on his wedding night.
Yeah.
So
Safe.
He's a cautious man. You gonna diss him for that?
So anyway,
I didn't crash a drone.
I thought
E17.
it's high time I should bring this back to Tony's house. So I turned it around, flying it back to Tony's house, looking at the screen,
Peer
feeling.
pressure was mounting because I knew I was going to have to fly. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I also had cigarettes in my pocket.
yeah, it's freaking me out.
pressure.
Man. True story.
And then suddenly, things started swirling all around.
The screen it looked like someone had taken the camera and put it on a top and just spun it.
And
I like that.
I lean over to Tony and like, hey,
What does that mean?
what does this mean? What's going
And
on?
I look at the screen and I'm like, I have no idea what that means. So I nudge James.
And I'm
James,
over, and I'm just standing there like, man, it's kind of windy out here, man. I'm gonna get allergies in my eyes. I don't know.
I elbow James and I say,
What
what
does that
does
mean?"
this mean, James?
You had to break his inner monologue first.
Yeah. to which James says, oh, that means you're on the ground.
That means you crashed. And we all did a double take right to James and went, really though?
Yeah, no, I mean, that thing.
The blood drained from Jaren's face very rapidly.
So the whole unit was like cracked all the way through. All the propellers were decimated. The metal mount to the camera,
On the gimbal.
it was like cracked.
The camera was off of
Yeah.
the unit.
I was surprised at how well you did that. I mean, if
flipped
you're
up-
gonna do something, do a good job.
Yeah, I did a good job the whole
Great
time.
job.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
flipped upside down and accelerated to the ground.
Definitely.
Oh,
Turned
man.
into a comet.
Honestly,
Right?
I'm surprised there wasn't a small impact crater.
Yep.
It hit that hard.
You know, somebody driving on the road there went, oh.
Well, if anything, that's the one thing that I'm very, very appreciative of is you did crash it in just a field.
Yeah.
It didn't hit
Because it was
anybody.
close to
Yeah.
that. It could have been worse.
It was about 300
Oh,
feet
man.
from the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if it
About
would have
100
hit like...
yards.
Because you kind of live next to the freeway, too.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's pretty far.
it could fly out that far.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I don't know about that.
Kill somebody's Prius.
So,
Caused
was
a
it
crash.
later in the day, later in the evening when you were driving home that you started to smell something burning?
Oh, yeah. So I
It
was
was
driving
burning?
home.
This
I was
is
like-
new.
I was like, oh, man, gosh dang it. I left my freaking emergency brake on again. So I'm driving. I was like... I know that's not my emergency brake. So I pull over. I'm on the 15, and I pull over on the 15.
You pulled over on I-15.
Well, if my
Fire
car's
extinguisher,
going to blow
dude.
up, I don't want to go out looking like a burn victim.
Good point. Good
Good
point.
call.
And
That's a closed casket.
apparently, we crashed it in such a way that the battery blew up. And it was
Wow.
melting the inside of the thing.
I did such a better job than I thought I did.
That's actually, I wonder if there's a job out there for drone crashing, because you are a shoo-in.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Put that on your resume. That's got to be
It
something.
blew up? Seriously?
Oh, yeah. It melted.
Wow. I've never caused a
Impressive.
battery to melt before.
I mean, it was impressive. I'm not even mad.
So,
I'm impressed.
luckily you were able to get it replaced.
Let's do some introductions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done that yet because we started with our moment of silence.
Oh,
And
So,
turned into a not moment of silence.
yeah, no kidding. Across from me, we have Owen.
Hey there, Technoan at that's my Twitter handle at Technoan. You can reach me there. I think
Do you check?
I do.
Okay.
I think my phone does that for me. I've
that's good.
offloaded that to my secretary, the phone.
Well done.
Good job.
What's your gamer tag handle?
Oh, yeah, if you want to share your Xbox handle, you don't have to if you don't
Oh
want to.
yeah,
Or PlayStation.
No, nobody.
Mordieth 84.
How do you spell that?
Mordieth 84.
Nobody plays
Mordieth.
PlayStation.
Mordieth.
Oh, it's on PlayStation? Oh, never mind.
That's
No,
Xbox?
this is Xbox.
That's
Oh,
Xbox.
oh, never mind. Yeah.
PS4 only outsold Xbox One by like 3-1. So yeah, no one plays
Well,
PlayStation.
first of
Nobody.
all-
Nobody.
First, you're wrong. It was 2-1.
2.5 to 1.
2-1.
Whoa.
You don't know.
Yeah, I look at the sales figures.
Bull.
Speaking of which, here's Mr. PlayStation himself.
So you can call me Nathan Drake if you like. I know certain people on this podcast think I look like him. I like that too.
I was gonna play that during your introduction. but
Magic.
So, Drake. What's your Twitter handle?
At Jaren.
Easy to remember.
My PS4 handle is Geronimo. My first name, then IMO afterwards.
JARR.
ON.
That's clever too.
Imo.
He's good with usernames.
Yeah,
like
he does all right.
At Jaren.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's good.
Moving along to Excitable James.
Woo! Hi. My Twitter handle is at JDD Jensen. JDD is for ADD.
Oh, I get it.
I see what you did there.
I like how there's that silence.
You guys
Like
are all
the
so
drum.
clever.
Um,
Technoan,
Yeah.
JDD Jensen,
Right? And then my Xbox One handle is Funeral Taters.
Jaren. Funeral Taters?
Yeah. Isn't that the best name?
That is good.
Right?
I like that.
I was sitting there on my couch. I'm like, I should, because everything I owned was JDD Jensen. If you look up JDD Jensen, it pulls up more stuff than anything else. But yeah, that's
Nice. And then I am Tony. Quad T, Triple T, whatever you want to call me. My Twitter is at Quad T Tony. And if you want to check me out on Xbox, Fat Tony space 117. No, Fat space Tony 117.
If you don't know, how will other people know?
What happens if you lose weight?
Well, see, that's the ironic part is I was really skinny when I started that Twitter.
Oh,
Xbox Live.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
I ruined myself. And then if you want to check me out on the PSN, it's 2_tall_Tony. Or you can listen to me on the Geek Show podcast as well. If you want to get on to that one, check it out. It's pretty good.
You're the guy in the background making the really, really funny jokes.
Oh,
but like
thanks.
nobody catches
listens.
it at the time.
Hope your listeners hear them.
And my favorite thing is that last time you like tried to give another one of the panelists a high five, and you had to high five yourself.
I did.
Good thing that wasn't caught on video.
I got left hanging.
Oh, I got it all sorts of on video.
Yeah, it was on video.
Oh, it was.
I'm going to zoom in on that.
Oh, let's turn that into a meme.
Great.
That needs to
All
be
right.
sad. That needs to be an animated GIF.
Yeah.
All right, so
We got an
we're
email.
going to brush that under the table, the lack of high fiveage, and move on to mail. We got mail.
Yeah, we got mail.
Okay, what's the mail?
Friend of the show, Maddie.
Hey, Maddie.
You automatically become a friend of the show if you email us twice.
It's a very steep cost of entry.
Yep.
Yes. So, subject line, game to play with Steam controller. And then in all caps, Civilization 5.
Pass.
You're welcome. Period.
What? No pass. That game is so good. It's what I play while Geek Show's recording.
Yeah, but it just... I tried to play Civilization's game and I could not get into it.
Oh, it's so good.
But I appreciate the suggestion. And I'm going to substitute it with one of my own. I'm going to try Homeworld, the HD remasters, which is a space-based RTS. So it should be able to give me a good idea of what the Steam controller is like for non-shooter games. I just bought the Homeworld compilation today on Humble Bundle.
Oh.
It was that and like 8 other games for like $12. Yes, I will. Okay.
And
Dude,
you
I
did.
love Humble Bundle.
Humble
I got
Bundle
that
is
one
pretty
when
good.
it had all the Star Wars games on sale.
Yep.
It's
Cool. Well, thanks for the email there, Maddie. And we're going to kick this off with some other gaming action.
Dude, this game looks good.
Yeah,
The Homeworld game?
Yeah, you could still pick that up on PC for another.
I
Like,
don't have a PC, I have a Mac.
Oh, never mind.
No,
No, it's available on Mac.
are you sure?
Yeah, check it.
Okay.
The only thing it's not available on right now, go to Humble Bundle, is Linux, I think. Because
Linux.
Have any of you guys played Elite Dangerous by any chance?
No, I've read about it.
I
Read
can't get into
plenty. It looks
It
awesome.
looks pretty
it. I
damn
bought
cool.
it when it
Yeah.
was $60 and I haven't played it.
So, but we're going to talk about Doom, the Doom multiplayer beta. So I've got to play that over the weekend a little bit and on the PC. And pretty good. Not too shabby. As far as betas go, it performed really solidly, except for the very beginning when it loads the first time. It loads really choppy on the title screens. Something to do with an NVIDIA driver issue, but once it loads like that the first time, after that, even rebooting the game, you won't have any problems. But I think the beta is over today.
Wait, what game are you talking about?
Doom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The new one?
The multiplayer
Doom
beta.
Multiplayer. Right here, Doom multiplayer open beta has been extended.
Oh, hey. Thanks, Owen.
Yeah.
So you can still have a chance to check that out. It was pretty fun. They give you 2 levels to play on. You can customize your character with all the different armors and.
Ooh, it's today.
And,
It's tonight at midnight.
Oh, is that when it ends?
It's been extended one day, and the beta will now close at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time
On Tuesday?
on today,
On
April
Monday.
18th.
Oh,
So
okay.
by the time you listen to this, you can't.
Yeah.
You're out of
Sorry
luck.
to get your hopes up.
Sorry about that.
So yeah.
But if the
You want to play it?
actual
You can't.
if the actual game continues along this trend, it'll be pretty good. It reminded me quite a bit of like Quake 3 Arena,
Ooh, I
which
like
was a
that
fun game.
Yeah.
Or even a little bit of Unreal Tournament.
Good
So
game.
it's kind of a hard sci-fi science fantasy
So kind of like a
arena shooter.
old school shooter then.
Yeah, there's
Sweet.
no, except for the sniper rifle, there's no aiming down the sights.
Ooh, I kind of like
It's all
that.
snap.
It's all just shoot it where you see it.
I'm kind of tired of that Call of Duty style aim.
I like it for some aspects, but it's nice to have options that don't have it.
Yeah, indeed.
So graphics looked really good. I wouldn't say they look any better than a lot of the other top tier games out there. It doesn't look any better than Witcher 3. It doesn't look any better than some of the Unreal 4 engine stuff I've seen. Crysis. It doesn't look really any better than Crysis, but it ran really smooth. The weapons were neat. The super shotgun is definitely overpowered. So hopefully they tone that down before the actual game comes out, because that was all anyone used. Everyone just ran around with the shotgun all the time.
That's boring.
That happens.
But it was fun. I definitely, if you're into the Doom action, I'd say give it a shot when it comes out. Assuming it holds up to its beta. But I liked it. Yeah, it's hard. You can't really give a rating or anything on a beta. So all I can say is I enjoyed the couple hours that I played of it.
I guarantee you can give a rating on a beta.
You can, but it's wrong. You shouldn't do it.
It's for me, like, betas are always kind of like the teaser trailer to movies, right?
Well, yeah.
And they always put their best jokes into the trailers and stuff. So
and some of the good stuff doesn't make the production cut.
But all trailers are like always awesome though.
Not always.
Always.
If you don't laugh at a trailer for a comedy, then don't go see that comedy.
Yeah, that's
Those
true.
are always the best jokes.
And actually, the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find the teaser trailer was terrible. Worst trailer I've ever seen in my life.
Well, there you go.
Yes, the first one. The second one's okay. The first one was.
I liked the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
First one was just never mind.
Well, let's talk about video games really quick. Can we stay on video games?
Yeah, we can stay on games.
Yeah.
Because something that I wish people would tell me more often is when games drop on Xbox Live Gold and then they become free.
Oh, yeah. We can definitely talk about that because that's every month.
Yeah, so just barely, or at least just barely to me, what is today? The 18th. They dropped on the
15th or the 16th.
Yeah, the 15th.
It's within the last couple days.
Mm-hmm. So they dropped Sunset Overdrive,
Free.
Saints Row 5,
Free.
4, 3, 5. What
Row
is that
4.
Roman?
Is it IV?
Yeah, IV.
Yeah.
4.
4.
The Wolf Among Us and Dead Space.
So I've played all of those games to a certain extent, and they are all definitely worth a free download.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Sony kind of invented this free game a month thing lately, but Microsoft has been kicking Sony's trash on the free games lately.
Yeah.
Nothing good has been coming out for PS4.
Sony
free
started
games.
it back in the PS3 days when they were pushing PlayStation Network.
Yeah, and there were some good games they pushed out back then.
Yeah, back then it was good, but yeah, you're exactly right. Within the last, 8 months or so, they haven't put out a single AAA title at all. It's all indie stuff. And some of the indie stuff's good.
Yeah,
but it's, you want something.
Rocket League they put out. That was awesome.
That was really neat. But
I still gotta play that game.
That might have been the last good one.
I've been playing that game.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's just mindless fun.
Oh, yeah.
Mindless.
It's great, local multiplayer stuff.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been playing that one a little bit here and there.
But I've wanted to play Sunset Overdrive for a while, and it's by far a game that I'm glad that I didn't buy.
Yeah,
it is a mixture between it has the tongue-in-cheekness of Borderlands,
right?
But it's like Tony Hawk Pro Skater in the fact that you grind everywhere,
a little bit,
which I felt like it's kind of like a one-off mechanic for the game.
So you can grind on a lot of things, but you're going to you spend a lot of time just running around. You got to run around. You got to jump to wherever you need to go. And you can grind along the power lines and stuff like that. But it's definitely got the Insomniac flavor. That's the company that made it. That's Ratchet and Clank. That's was Sly Cooper Insomniac, or was that Naughty Dog?
It wasn't Naughty Dog.
I think it was Insomniac.
Yeah.
And Infamous. Which you look at Infamous. There's grinding in that game too. I mean, almost exactly the same.
Right.
You grind along the power lines.
I didn't realize they were the same company. So
it's good for a free game.
Oh, it's way good for a free game. I'd say the shooting mechanics are pretty good.
I paid $10 for it.
Yeah, honestly. It's at this point it's probably a $10 or $15 game. Free, great.
Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us. I played the first 2 episodes of that. Really cool game.
Yeah.
It's an adventure game. It's very adult themed, so you're not going to want your kids playing it. It's like the equivalent of a rated R movie. There's lots of swearsies and murders and stuff like that.
Is it kind of like a choose your own adventure kind of thing?
Yeah. Well, it's an adventure style game, so it's along the lines of Escape from Monkey Island.
Yeah.
I love Monkey Island.
Grim Fandango.
Oh, I love that game too.
You don't do a lot of action stuff, but you walk around and look through the environment and puzzles and clues and watch the story unfold. And it's based off a comic book called Fables. Fantastic comic book series. So yeah, that's a really good game. Dead Space. awesome. If you haven't played Dead Space, you need to play that game.
I haven't played Dead Space.
That game terrifies me.
It's a really good horror.
Is that a
sci-fi
jumper game? Like it jumps out and scares you, or is it like
both? It's both. There's the atmosphere of it, and it's very jumpy as well.
What about a Saints Row 4?
So that one's pretty fun too. I played that one on the PC for a while. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, except at some point you find out you're, I guess, inside a Matrix style virtual reality thing. So you have powers.
Wait, is that the superhero one? Is 4 the superhero one? Oh.
Yeah, so it's pretty fun too. I mean, the slate this month for Xbox Live with Gold, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's way good. What's the PlayStation coming out with this month? Do you remember?
I'll look it up.
Oh, Zombie's actually a pretty cool game. I'll give them that one. I've played Zombie U on the Wii U. It's the same game, just without the controller screen mechanics. And that's a solid game. So if you have a PlayStation 4 and a PSN, if you're paying for that, definitely download Zombie. That one's good.
So it looks like you're also going to be getting Dishonored.
That's for the PS3.
Oh.
Which cannot be played on the PS4.
Yeah, there's no backwards compatibility.
Unlike Xbox. Yep.
So.
Well, right. Well, that was my only.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, we might as well. I got one more gaming related article that I just want to share real quick too. It's how to play Halo 3 on your PC.
Whoop.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
You like the Halos?
I like the Halos.
So
Halo 3 is like,
well, it was on PC. Halo 1 was at least on PC. Wasn't
Halo 1 was full PC port.
yeah.
Like,
and they had a different gun too. They had the Needler rifle. For
yeah,
that
there was
one.
a couple of different weapons, a couple of different multiplayer maps. So with Halo 3, what Microsoft has done is, in foreign markets, they have this game called Halo Online. It's free to play, and it's basically all of Halo 3's multiplayer. All the maps, all the weapons. I think there's even some additional weapons. Better graphics, 60 frames per second, 1080p resolution natively. So it looks pretty dang good.
That's cool.
And it's free. So the only thing is you just got to go to the... I can't remember where you have to go to download it, but if you just go to YouTube and search for Tim Talks Games, that's the video I saw about it. Go to his channel, and it's like the first video you can look at. It'll walk you through what this Halo 3 online is, Halo 3 multiplayer, and how you can download it and install it. And you can get, it doesn't matter where you're at in the world because it's the internet.
Right.
So even though it was only launched in foreign markets, you can still get to it here. And if you like Halo 3 multiplayer, which great multiplayer.
Yeah, it was a great multiplayer.
I mean, the maps on it are fantastic. You can download that for free and give it a try. So I recommend that.
Woo!
Yeah. Just Halo 3.
Bringing it back.
Way to be excitable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
All this game talk gets me excited. James.
Yeah. What's up?
Speaking of shooting things and blasting stuff,
Let's do it.
tell us about the Navy and their stealth ship.
All right. So there's this awesome article that I came across under, if you're not subscribed to it and read it yet, subscribe to Our Futurology. It is amazing. And I just barely found this, let me pull it up. I found this article online about this Navy's futuristic destroyer that's apparently way too stealthy. If you look at it, it looks like a low poly boat, like a low poly. It looks like something that you would see straight out of GoldenEye.
Yep.
And
Only no Jaggies.
No,
yeah.
Yep.
But it's apparently this Zumwalt class guided missile destroyer, and it's 50 times more difficult to detect on radar than any other destroyer in the fleet. It'll even be stealthier after its testing equipment is loaded onto the ship for trials are removed. So right now it actually has...
So it has stuff to get it
So
noticed.
they can see it.
And it's still 50 times less detectable than a regular.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's... Yeah. So, I don't know. I
Is
thought
that
it was funny.
Is that a boat or is that a sub?
So it's a destroyer. I think it's a boat.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't say it's a sub, so I'm going to assume it's a boat.
All right.
And that's the research that I do right there. Super high quality. But on the bright side, we have a boat that looks like it's straight out of GoldenEye. So I think that was pretty cool.
Well, funnily enough, there was a James Bond movie that featured a stealth boat. Do you remember that one?
I've never watched the James Bond movie.
It was a GoldenEye that had this stuff.
It wasn't GoldenEye.
Oh, no.
It was
Tomorrow
I
Never
think
Dies?
I think it was No.
It was one of those Pierce Brosnan ones.
Well, yeah, it was one of the Pierce, but I don't think it was Tomorrow. Maybe it was Tomorrow Never Dies.
The one with the... I better not say that.
It looked like it had ski legs. It had legs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
a hydroplane.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, this ship, if you go look at the picture of it, it really does look like it came from an N64 game, too.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Was it?
Yep.
Hey, there you go.
Ah, yes.
Oh, that's a sweet-looking ship. Look at that. That looks low poly as well.
Yep. Someone did their research, I guess.
Watching Bond. Hey!
We should build one of those.
Yep.
That's why they gave me the big bucks.
Life imitating art.
Bingo. If you want to call that movie art.
Okay. Technically.
Poor Pierce Brosnan. What a good-looking guy.
Oh, man.
I know, right? Well,
you know what else seems like movie tech?
What?
Is this hoverboard.
Yes.
Owen.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't this look awesome?
I gotta say, right before you go into this, I saw this about a week and a half ago. I thought it was fake.
I did too.
I saw the video
did.
and I'm like, that's not real.
Everybody in the world did because they clipped it.
Yeah.
They clipped the landing and the takeoff.
Like, that's not real. That's not real. That guy's fake. This is photoshopped.
So it's the same. I'm sure you've seen the water versions. It's these. You've seen the guys with the gigantic water cannons,
The jetpack
the
waters.
jetpacks, and they actually sell them. That's actually a consumer product now that you can look at, and it hooks up to like regular Sea-Doos and stuff. They sell the adapter kits, and I've actually looked into it. And I was like, oh,
Well, and the other thing too is you're tethered to the ground with that one.
yeah,
Because you have to have a constant water source, right?
yeah,
To
exactly.
shoot it out the jet.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
stay in the air.
Sea-Doo or whatever you have sucks water out of the lake,
Yeah.
and then
So you
propels
can only
around.
go up to like 50 feet.
So this hoverboard isn't Back to the Future like. It's more
No.
like Green Goblin.
It is like Green Goblin. I watched this, and I, did my research because
Because it looks fake.
it looks fake, and so I went into it, and I mean, on the YouTubes and on everywhere, it's like, so fake, whatever. They don't show the takeoff and landing, and so the guys that did it, they posted another video actually on their Facebook page. And they actually show him landing. And now, see, the thing about this, and I went to a page about where they really dissected the video, because these guys have been really close-mouthed about it, because there's a lot of, FAA regulations that are going to be in place if these do ever get sold. And
Yeah.
but the guy that was taking it apart, video, frame by frame, basically showed that they're these turbine engines, and it looks like there's 4 of them kind of plastered in there together, and they definitely have the lift to do about 300. He's like, if these look like the ones I've seen before, they could do about 352 pounds of thrust. Which,
Each?
No, total combined. So that means
It can lift
I
me.
get to fly it. Not like the quadcopter that we talked about earlier. That, I mean, granted, this video is only a 4-minute flight, so, and also it runs on jet fuel that I believe you strap to your back.
Yeah.
So,
Hold on, yeah,
well-
because I'm watching this video right now, and this is one of the guys has a fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
Look at that guy
Fire
right there.
extinguisher.
So on the official YouTube video, the guy's like, fire extinguisher? Check. And he was serious. Like,
Check.
it's not like they were doing it kind of as a joke, but when the guy went to take off, the guy with the fire extinguisher, he nutted up. He was like, okay, here we go. I'm gonna put this guy out if he goes up in flames.
One thing to consider about your jet fuel comment, though, is if I remember correctly, jet fuel is just a modified diesel.
Oh, so
It's explosive, but it's not like he's
Right.
nitroglycerine on his
So
back.
these turbine engines, they have enough to lift 352 pounds-ish, which is pretty fantastic. That means I can fly it. I never will.
Yeah,
also,
right?
the guy that is flying in
Just
this
like the
video,
drone.
Yeah, the guy that's flying in this video. So he is the creator of the water version, and so he's super talented. And the guy that was dissecting it, on the research I was doing, there's no aviation controls on the board.
So how does he move it?
It's all with his legs.
It's all legs. He just directs it. He
Wow.
takes forward and
like
he
a
goes
Segway.
forward. Yeah. But there's no gyroscope. There's nothing for flight control on the board itself. It's
Holy
all that you'll see in the video. He has a handheld remote.
It is like the Green Goblin.
Dude, I'm just watching this, and I already feel bad for Jaron.
So
Yeah, so here's the plan, James. You bring one to our podcast 2 weeks from now. Tony will fly it like a pansy.
Yep.
I will fly it like a man. And
we'll be
then
looking for a new.
And he hits the ground. I don't know if I can find all the
That
Jaron
means
parts.
Yeah. We'll be like, what does that mean?
I didn't
That
realize
means it's
his
on the
skull
ground.
could crack like that.
And but all you get is a hand control for thrust.
That's for
And-
throttle,
And
yeah.
the problem is with turbine engines, and the reason why most drones use electric engines because the brushless motors, they have really quick response times. You need to stabilize. You can the brushless engines, they stabilize. Turbine engines has delays in thrust in the seconds in
like
the
a power band
they,
kind of.
yeah, they have to go down. So once you're at full thrust, you're not
slowing down very quick.
So you have to imagine now the landing. How do you land when this is the same thing? Harrier jets have the same problem, and any type of jump jets that use air to jump off the ground and take off, they end up sucking in their own fumes and choking out. And so in the video on Facebook is when they were like, everybody said it was fake. The internet's freaking out. They're like, no, this is completely ridiculous. No way. So they got on Facebook and they posted another video. And you can definitely turn your headphones down or you'll suffer ear damage because it's loud. I mean, like you hear the turbines come by, but what they did to land is they land on a corrugated piece of steel.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that the jet thrust goes through the steel. So they have it loaded on. So I look at that and I'm like, wow, okay, that's
smart.
That way they didn't, tip over. I imagine if I were to fly this, my first thing would be falling face forward, strapped into this thing, and then just saying goodbye as
it drags you along the ground.
As I meatloaf across the ground like a cheese grater. Anyway, I won't be flying one of these, but the price is kind of a big thing too. Like the engines on these are like $8,000 a piece. Like, and
well, how much are the water ones?
I don't know. They list them they have them listed on the website for sale, and I think they're kits that you get for like $10,000 or something. And they send you the kit or something. I don't know. And they send you tell them what personal watercraft you have, and they will send you the adapter to hook it to the jet, which is fantastic that they're reusing. I love when companies reuse existing tech to make something cool.
Yeah. So
that you don't have to straight up repurchase.
It came from a dead Ski-Doo.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Anyway, so real life glider.
That is so
internet
cool.
is rife with comments and people saying it's not real. This is their first working prototype. They're keeping it, like I said, hush hush. They're not talking about the specs of what's actually involved, but it sounds and looks pretty freaking awesome as it flies over the water and just like kicks up mist as it goes.
I just can't wait for the day with the Jetsons where everybody's like,
I just imagine flying this 40 minutes from my house to work, and the specs on it when they're done, they're saying you're going to be able to fly at 10,000 feet, 93 miles an hour. That's the rate.
Imagine the insurance policy on
Oh,
that.
yeah.
They're like, that'll be a separate question. Do you own one of these? You don't get
no life insurance for you.
No life insurance.
Done.
Jaren's just going to turn into red mist.
I mean, and then can you imagine the landing? Like if they use this anywhere but like in rural, wherever, rural America. Somebody flying this in the city, they come down to land on somebody and just vaporize them.
Oh, look, he had shoes on.
I mean, yeah. New pair of shoes.
Because that's all that's left. Shoes.
But it looks pretty awesome. Everybody's seen that other glider. Have you guys seen the other videos of that glider suit that the guy with the wings, he actually built?
That guy was on
yeah.
superhero, like undercover superhero or something like that.
And that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was some rad stuff.
The video I saw was he was flying next to an Emirates plane, I think.
Yeah.
United Arab Emirates or something like that.
Which is pretty
Emirates
cool.
Air.
Yeah, but his thing is he couldn't take off.
He can't.
He had to jump out of a helicopter.
Oh, is that how that one works?
Yeah. They mount him up and they drop him.
And on top of that, could he like gain altitude or was he always
could gain?
falling?
Yeah, he could gain. It's got thrust. He had thrust, so he could gain. It wasn't just a glider.
So it was a jetpack that just can't take off from land.
Not enough thrust.
Basically.
Not enough thrust to lift off, but enough thrust to maneuver.
To keep you in
well,
the
just
area.
imagine how heavy that thing is too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because once he's got an airfoil, he can over distance. He can gain altitude.
The future is so much more boring than what it was supposed to be.
They were supposed to be jetpacks by now.
Yeah, I know.
They're supposed to be flying cars by now.
Oh, speaking of cars, we just barely brought a brand new 2016 Honda, and it has a touchscreen and a remote start and all that fun stuff.
Does the touchscreen suck? Is it capacitive or resistive?
It's so cool. Like you plug your iPhone in, and depending on whether you have iPhone or Android, you plug it in, and then the apps on the screen become the apps on your phone.
So it's like CarPlay and Android Auto.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool.
Technology's cool.
Yeah. I like it when you just get in, you put on the brake, and you just press a button, and it starts right up.
Yeah. Before we head away from the vehicle stuff, Jaron, tell us about Boaty McBoatface.
Yes.
Oh, this is the best story to come out in like a year.
The internet is loving this.
Yeah.
The Boaty McBoat.
This was such a mistake on their part.
Seriously,
100% mistake.
They totally.
How did they not
underestimated.
think?
So, all right, let's give some backstory here. So, the Natural Environment Research Council, they have this $300 million state-of-the-art polar research
$300 million?
Yes.
Yeah.
$300 million.
You just said 300 million.
That's a lot.
What else would it be?
Pesos?
Yen?
All right. Okay. 300 million yen. So it costs like $10.
Overdrive sodas?
Anyway, so they.
I see what you did there. Call back. Sunset Overdrive. Okay, Jaron.
I don't know what you're talking
$300 million boat.
All right. So they opened up the naming of the boat to the internet.
Yeah.
And
Big mistake.
That was
Have you
foolish.
ever met Reddit?
Yeah.
so
Just once.
So how it originated was former BBC presenter James Hand. He suggested that should be called Boaty McBoatface. And the internet being the internet, they loved that idea, and Boaty McBoatface won the naming of this research vessel by a landslide.
Oh my gosh.
So
amazing.
this is like
Fantastic.
a $300 million boat, and this can go into like the Arctic and
Yeah.
ice crack
It's like
and stuff. I mean,
science and stuff.
this is like the top of the line research vessel on the ocean right now, and it is called Boaty McBoatface.
I hope that someday
I'm ashamed.
it gets crash landed in Antarctica, and then millions of years from now, when civilization has just crumbled, and then there's a new civilization that's made out of raptors and tinfoil raises up, and they find the boat, and they're like, "What was this old
Boaty.
civilization
Boaty
called?"
McBoatface.
Boaty McBoatface.
So
So stupid. That's what they're gonna do.
oh my gosh!
people on the internet have been kind of
No wonder they went extinct.
they've been taking this and going with it. So someone posted a picture of a product of cheese. It said it's cheesy McCheeseface.
Oh,
Yeah, of
The
course.
internet's eating it up. The memes are out there.
Oh, yes.
It's Boaty McBoatface has kicked off.
Racehorse named Horsey McHorseface.
And it's for real. That's
that a real
That's
racehorse?
a real racehorse.
Oh, that's awesome. I would
Yes.
bet on him every time.
Yep.
So you know how he just said the future sucks? The future's awesome.
Yeah,
I love this.
obviously that means
Yeah.
it's better.
They never
Freaking
learn.
cool. Speaking of the future is now, what's more futuristic than a robot in your house?
Oh,
Yes.
let's get into this heated discussion.
Oh,
See, I can't wait to hear about this because I've been talking about purchasing a Roomba for probably over 2 years. If you ask my wife, it's forever. But you guys all have Roombas.
Yes.
I don't.
Oh, you don't have one?
No, I don't
Okay,
have
so
one.
two of us
I've
have
actually
Roombas.
never even contemplated getting one, so I'm below
Okay,
you.
so you belong.
Is it-
So
Just me, Jared?
Owen's boring like usual.
Yes.
Oh,
He's too afraid to operate a Roomba.
Like normal, like standard safe Owen.
standard
That's a
safe
feature.
Owen.
That's a feature.
I feel like if you were a tool in a tool shed, you'd be the 3/4 screw. Because it's very
I don't
like
know. That
standard-
has sharp.
standard.
It has a
Oh,
sharp.
that's right. Maybe a non-corrugated.
Yeah.
Owen decided he was going to settle the day he was born. So.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
It's like,
If Owen was anything in a workshop, I think he would be like a 2x4.
yeah, needed in every form of construction.
Just a
you can
2x4.
you can use it for a leverage. If I break, you just go get another one. I'm cheap, real cheap.
We're not gonna get into that,
Hey.
but yeah.
All right, let's get into this. What model of Roomba do you have?
I've got the 650.
The 650. Okay, the
Yeah.
automatic robotic vacuum. Let's see the specs to this.
Good radio right here.
Yep.
So
Looking up the,
as I was
Oh.
researching Roombas, because I
Uh-huh.
was like, maybe I do want one. I'm not that boring. I can get a robot that vacuums in odd patterns that never fully vacuum. I can't trust them. And I found an R2D2 decal.
Oh,
You can get
pretty
it.
cool.
You can
Yeah.
make it
You
look like
see?
R2D2. Now that made me
That's
want it a
cool.
little bit more.
yeah.
So I've had my Roomba now for about 10 months. When I first got it, I'm like, this is the coolest thing in the world. I have a dog that sheds like crazy. So I thought we'll have the robot clean up after the dog. So we have a very open floor plan. Chairs are everywhere. We have a baby, so toys get everywhere.
You have a baby?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Oh, that's just me.
Thank you.
Hmm?
Wait, what did you do?
Oh, just me.
Yeah. All right. So first few weeks, the Roomba seemed to navigate everything, vacuumed everything up pretty well, then went back to its little home. But then, like after a month or two, it started getting less consistent. It didn't get back to its home as well. It just started getting stuck underneath
It got
chairs.
worse.
Yeah.
How does something like that? It's supposed to learn and get
It
better.
has,
Roombas don't learn.
it has a lot of sense. Well, this model doesn't learn.
Yeah, so they just barely put out a new one that does learn, but they just do the same algorithm every time without learning. And so it's to the point now where we just don't even use it anymore because
It's kind of a bummer because they're expensive. You spent like, what, $300 on it when you got it?
well, we got a refurbished one for $250,
Right on.
but it was manufacturer refurbished. It was like brand new. So at first it was awesome. Now I give
Now it
it,
sits in the closet.
yeah, I give it like a 4 or 5 out of 10.
How big is your kid? They can ride on it?
I wish.
Oh.
Then it'd get more points.
Yeah.
Well, see, I've had 2 of them. I actually have the 650 currently, and it's supposedly called the pet version. It's all right. So if you know, it has a spinny thing on the left.
Is that a technical term?
No, well, you know the spinny brush that's on the,
Oh, yeah,
the left
the
of the
spinny
right
thing,
hand. Yeah. So it's meant to like get stuff out of corners. It does all right doing that. Because I have 3 cats, so this is like ultimate.
You're an old cat lady.
Right. I don't even have any kids.
Who knew?
So it works okay. I mean, it gets about the same amount of cat hair in it every time I turn it on,
Consistency.
even if it's one right after the other.
Oh,
So, but I have also owned the 980 version
that's a lot.
You went from 980 to 650?
Why did you go down?
because it was almost $1,000 when I got it.
Whoa.
The nice thing about the 980 is it learns, like it maps out
Wait,
your
wait,
house.
wait, wait,
Uh-huh.
wait. So you had a 980 first.
Yeah,
You paid a lot of money for that one.
yeah, and then I took it back.
Oh,
Because-
okay. I thought you meant you have them both now.
Well, the thing about the 980 is it has a couple of different settings. It can sense whether it's on rug or on carpet or on linoleum,
Okay.
which is nice, and it has a high-powered vacuum inside of it.
Does that make it loud?
So for
Yeah,
hard
that's
surfaces,
the problem. Is it's really loud. Like
Scared-
I like
scares
turning
your
it.
kitties.
Yeah,
The 650 is
Kids
quiet.
chasing
That's
me.
what
yeah,
it is.
yeah. Because it mainly just has 2 spinning brushes on the inside and a very low power vacuum on the inside. Now the 980, like I said, it maps out your house, which is kind of cool. You can it runs from an app, so you can turn it on and off from your phone.
Okay.
So much harder than pressing a button.
But
You know
but
this.
it breaks so fast.
Brakes?
Yeah, like the spinny brush on the right hand side gets stuff out of the corners.
Uh-huh.
It like stopped working
Oh.
like 2 weeks into
Did
it.
you take it back?
Oh, I just got rid of it.
Could be 3 cats.
Wait, you just got rid of it?
Yeah, I just returned it. I bought it on
that's
Amazon.
what I
You can
said,
return
if you took
anything
it
on
back.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you have no Roomba.
No, now I have the 650 from Costco.
Oh, you were talking about the 980.
Yeah,
but
I'm sorry.
Quickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm not going to keep the 650 either.
Really?
If we're being honest, it doesn't get stuff super clean. It's great for like if you only had linoleum floors, it'd be fantastic. But to get stuff out of carpet, especially like thicker carpet, like I like on my toesies.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to replace just a normal vacuum. But for us, we thought, it'll lessen the blow of having dog hair everywhere. And it definitely did when it was working.
Oh, and that's the other thing too. If you're really into rug patterns like I am when you vacuum your carpet,
Oh, yeah, it goes everywhere.
Wait, like
yeah,
you
versus
are?
the 980, like depending on how you set the dock, it kind of vacuums like in that order. Like one time I had it on diagonal, and so it did everything kind of diagonal. And then another time I had it parallel to the wall, and it did everything parallel.
I understand why your nickname is Excitable James now.
But the
That's
650
actually
was
pretty good.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
it's
just
every
doesn't
which
give a
way.
F about nothing.
Yeah,
It
so
just goes and goes.
It's
and
like if I
circles
dropped
and-
a bowl of food on the ground and my dog went and ate it.
It's like a 2-year-old with a shaver.
The dog would just, go every which way. That's what the Roomba is like.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I'm taking it back tonight.
There was another brand out there that I've read a lot about called Neato.
Neato.
And Neato, every time it goes to vacuum, it actually has a laser sensor on the top of it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it scans the room for obstacles, and then it does a grid pattern every time.
Yeah, I hear Neatos are really loud though.
I'll get one right now.
That's why
No,
I chose Roomba.
Yeah, but that was the old.
Yeah, the new one, the
newer
newer
ones that look really
supposedly
kind of
good
a lot cooler than the old ones
because
too.
it's black.
Aesthetically, they're supposed
Like
to be quite
midnight.
a bit quieter. That one, yeah,
Quite a bit
that one you're
quieter.
looking at, yeah,
Oh, and that was the other thing too.
quite a bit quieter.
Is like the 680 version that I have right now. You have to make sure nothing's on the floor.
Yeah, we had to pick up the floor every single night.
Well-
and it's like,
Well,
do we
including
want to
drinks.
do we want to do this 20 minutes of chores, or do we just want to go to bed and not have the Roomba?
Yeah, I
run?
want my robots to serve me.
I know.
They're just making more work for you.
Pick up the
That way
toys
when
at
the rebellion
least.
comes, they'll know who to go after.
I spend 20 minutes a day talking to my vacuum. That way, when the robot overlords take over, he sticks up for me.
On the plus side, all you have to do is spread crap around your house and you'll be safe.
Yeah.
To find crap.
Objects, not poop.
So I heard of a story of a man who had a Roomba and a dog. The dog had diarrhea. The Roomba ran, spread crap all throughout the house.
Awesome.
That happens. James and I have a friend that happened to.
That's awesome.
Red poop all over.
Gosh dang it, stupid crappy dog.
That's what you call a Pumbaa.
He tells jokes.
Listen to this guy with his jokes.
I'm here all night.
I saw you guys were going to talk about Roombas, and so I went and looked them up. And as I did, I found a 3D printer project that almost tempts me to get a 3D printer.
What does it do?
It's a Roomba for your lawn.
So a lawnmower Roomba?
What do we call that? A Loomba?
those.
I don't.
You call that a death machine? Thank you.
Oh
very
my
much.
gosh, it's so awesome.
I think maybe you'd call it a Groomba.
Why are we giving robots blades?
Maybe this is a bad idea.
All I know is that it looked awesome, and so it's a Arduino kit that you can buy,
Right.
and I'll be honest, the site was in German.
Explain what Arduino is for
It's so that's
those
a
people that don't know.
like open source Linux system that
Yep.
it's like real small hardware packed big punch for doing basic computing and do it yourself stuff.
Very similar to a Raspberry Pi.
Very similar.
Or a
and-
lawn bot.
So,
you found one.
So
That's
they actually,
expensive.
yeah. So
Right.
the ones that you buy are actually expensive.
That's
like
$1,800.
And even the one I found from Germany,
Uh-huh.
which was like a DIY where they send you the kit, was still $500 US.
Jeez.
So this one, if you have a 3D printer and can print some plastic parts off.
Are the blades plastic?
No, you have to buy there. So you have to buy the parts too. There's like the motors for the wheels and stuff. You have to buy at the store, but they tell you what to buy, and then they make you pay $12 to get the schematics. But
You know what that reminds me of? Did you ever used to read Popular Science back in
Yes.
the day?
yeah,
You go to the
I
back of that
love popular
magazine,
science.
Yeah.
and there's like pages of things that's like, build your own jet bike. And it's like, just pay $15 for these design schematics.
I may or may not have sent $15 in loose change and dollar bills.
What did you get?
A chameleon, a lizard, a real life lizard.
Wait, are you serious?
Popular Mechanics?
jokes.
Did they mail you the lizard?
I think it was Popular Mechanics. They did. It came and it was not a chameleon. It was an anole. Screw you, Popular Mechanics.
You mean an animal?
Anole.
Animal?
Anole.
Anal?
Anole.
Anal?
Anole.
What are you talking about?
Look it up. It's a type of lizard.
He got an anal.
It can go.
I
It
feel
can,
like he just tricked us all into saying anal right there.
Yeah.
Bam. It was. But yeah, I sent off for that.
Speaking of sending off things, so
I got the anole. Look it up.
I'm looking this up
It's
right
I
a
got the
lizard.
anal subscription.
And it can go from green to brown. And it came half starved. It died about a week later.
No way.
I'm not sure if that was their fault or not. Let's be honest. But yeah.
I'm continuing with the segue I started.
Anyway, carry
Speaking
on.
of things that you send in for, I sent my service book back to Microsoft. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
it had some screen
this story.
issues. The screen was splotchy, had a dead pixel. So when I
First of all, I can almost promise you that every Surface Book has backlight bleed.
yeah, probably.
What does that mean?
Means that if you
It's
were
splotchy.
to look at your screen with a pure black screen, you will see bleed through of the backlight on some of the edges. So it's a little bit has bright spots.
Which, that's the common thing with Vizio TVs that I've noticed.
Yeah, lower quality Vizio TVs. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I originally got my Surface Book about a month ago. I so excited. I opened it up, saw a dead pixel. I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. So I tweeted it. I'm like, Surface Book has a dead pixel though. But Microsoft reached out to me saying, oh, send that back to us. We'll give you a new one. I'm like, huh?
How did they know how to reach out to you?
On Twitter. They monitor these things.
And they took notice of you.
Yes, the future is now.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, maybe I will. If they say that will give me a new one, okay. So I did the whole support thing. They said send it back. Blah,
Sent you an
blah,
RMA
blah.
number and all that jazz.
Yeah, and I had to delete the device, so I was having issues with that, so it took a lot of time. Then I packed it up in a pancake griddle box and sent it off to Microsoft.
Which the FedEx store did not like his pancake
No.
little box.
The woman at the FedEx store was like, I don't think this will work. Then she asked her coworker. He's like, yeah, that sucks.
That's a pancake griddle box. You need to use a laptop box to ship that.
But guess what? The griddle box worked.
Lady, don't you tell me what to do.
How do you know it worked? I mean, did you?
Well, he's getting to that.
Yeah, I'm
part of
getting
the
to that.
story.
I know it worked because Microsoft sent back my, in quotes, new computer today. I opened it up. Exact same computer, exact same serial number. Still has the dead pixel, because obviously you can't fix a dead pixel. Same splashy screen. They sent me back the same computer!
They probably updated the
I
firmware.
fixed your computer good.
Yeah, they did a firmware update, and they said, it's good to go now.
Yeah, they had this little paper with it saying all, like, oh, we checked this, we checked that, and there's a bunch of checked boxes, and it's the same computer with the same dead pixel.
Tweet 'em.
Microsoft,
Go get your money!
I rate your support a -8.
Whoa!
Just had to throw the 8 in there,
Yeah.
but it's a negative.
Good enough.
Oh.
-8.
Once again, I would have been somewhat okay with just keeping the service book, the dead pixel, but they raised my hopes.
Yeah.
They fed me a story that was not true.
They took it away.
How
for
are
a
you
few
okay
days.
with the dead pixel, though?
You're right. It's
Well,
a dead pixel.
Maybe that's what they groomed you for. Just to be okay with it. It was that much.
On
of a
the
hassle.
service book, the resolution is so high that one single dead pixel is not noticeable 99% of the time.
Unless you
Oh,
care.
but if you see it, though,
It's
especially
right-
if you have a white background,
It's right in the middle of the screen.
it's
That's
like
kind of
sitting
the
there
hard
like, screw
thing.
you,
Like that one on yours?
you shut your face. That is a spit mark because I get
Excitable.
Oh, okay.
He gets excited.
I get into my stuff.
I'm glad someone on this table
Yeah, I got your back.
understands me.
Fives.
High five.
Woo!
Yeah, that's a real high
I
five,
will
Tony.
say, shut up. I will say in Jaren's defense, because I felt the same way when my service book kept shutting off. These are really expensive and they cost a lot of money.
They
How much
are.
are Surface books anyway?
Well,
This one's
depends on the
$2,800
model. Yeah, the model you get.
$2,800.
Yeah.
You
They're-
go get your money back.
Well, it's company money.
company paid for it.
Oh well, then.
So,
Then who cares?
so rant over.
Rant over.
Yeah, Microsoft, your support sucks.
Yeah, well. So Jaren breaks drones. He breaks Surface books. He does all.
I
of those
broke
things.
a microphone cable.
Breaks microphone cables. Well, to his credit, the Surface Book came that way. He didn't break it.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
picture it
That's
didn't
his.
happen.
That's his story, anyway.
I'm sticking to it.
All right, I think we
Hey.
got time for one more story.
Ooh, this is exciting.
Oh, two more stories. Sorry, we do have time for two more stories because we're gonna.
What's
This
that?
one doesn't take a lot of time because it's pretty average.
Awesome. No. What review did you read?
Well, I mean, the phone itself
Is the best phone in the market right now.
except for the average battery life.
No, it said it had good battery life.
Oh, you're on ours?
Yeah.
And Gadget said it had average battery
Oh,
life.
Engadget doesn't know. They're smoking crack.
Okay,
I
well,
feel
you
like we should
tell us about ours.
Talk about what it is.
Yeah, tell us about ours.
Now,
review.
we'll keep the audience in mystery the whole time. It's the HTC 10. So, HTC's new flagship. They've...
Hot tech.
Yeah, no.
High tech.
Is that really what it stands for?
I have no idea. Anyway,
I know
so...
what it stands for. You guys never looked this up?
It's
Hold on.
those stupid Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
commercials.
It stands for high-tech computers.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You want to bet?
Sure does. I just
No,
looked it up. I looked
I
it
don't.
up.
HTC.
High-tech
computers.
Then what does RDJ stand for? This guy.
High-tech computers.
Acronyms.
Ha.
Probably from acronyms.
So, HTC, they've been struggling as of late. They haven't been putting out bad phones. They've been putting out pretty good phones. But they have really good competition out there. Samsung, Apple. But this year, this is my favorite phone
Of the year.
of
Do
the
you have
year
that?
so far.
Do you have that phone?
No, nobody has it yet.
HTC 10. It was just announced like a week and a
Oh,
half
so
ago.
it's not out.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, not really.
but
But they
it's,
gave review models out to
yeah. So it's
to cool people.
Oh, we
Nope.
are not.
we should get a review model.
Okay.
We should, HTC. So it kind of has a similar design language from previous years, but they cleaned up a lot of problem areas. So before, the phones were really tall because they had front-facing speakers on them.
Boom sound.
Boom sound.
That's what it was called. Boom sound.
But they re-engineered the speakers, so apparently it's just as loud as it was in previous years, but they made it so they shrunk it kind of, so it doesn't have as tall of a footprint.
That's cool.
It's got a 12 megapixel, what they call ultra pixel camera. Apparently it does the best in low light compared to all the other phones right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's about time they come out with something like that.
So Ars Technica, they say that the camera runs with the best of them. Out in sunlight, they say the colors are a little muted, but that they say that's something that could be fixed by software. So if HTC wants to fix it, they could. But other than that, the camera's great. Has a Snapdragon 820, just like all the other major flagships. But they don't have any gimmicks, which is nice.
This is a first for HTC in quite a while.
What do you mean for gimmicks?
So LG, their new phone, they have something called Friends. So it's modular. You can pull out like a little module, put something back in, and but I
was wondering when those were going to launch. I actually kind of dig that.
This is LG's version, and it's not that great.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It was shoddily executed. It is like pretty bad build quality.
You're probably thinking of like Project Aura.
Yeah, is that it's the phone that the modular
phone from Google? Yeah, it's
not quite that far.
Not nearly that cool.
PC in the phone world.
So cool.
But back to HTC. One cool thing, they have expandable storage, but unlike their competition, they didn't kill the adoptable storage functionality in Android 6.
Yeah.
So
you can actually use it to put your apps and stuff on.
You can actually use it to expand the storage in your phone, not just music.
Not just for music, exactly.
Yeah. So that's a huge plus. It has a fingerprint reader, great screen, blah, blah, blah. So no gimmicks, but a great solid phone. And it's my favorite at the moment.
What did ours rate the battery life at? Because like I said, Gadget said it was meh.
Well, it's got a 3,000 milliampere battery. They gave it 533 minutes, and that's comparable to the LG G5, Galaxy S7.
S7 Edge? Because that's the reigning champion.
S7 Edge, no.
Okay.
But it's similar to the iPhone 6S, the Note 5.
Yeah, but to be the devil's advocate like this, how much do you need a long-lasting battery? As long as it lasts you over like 3 hours?
Huh?
Do you ever go?
What are you talking about?
Are you ever
depends
like
on the app
get
you use,
out
right?
of town?
Do you ever
You charge your phone every 3 hours?
If I had to, I wouldn't mind it.
No way.
Well, if you're sitting at your desk, just plug it in.
James, your nerd craze.
One charge,
just plug it in. It's
taking
fine.
a dive.
One charge a day.
Even if you're on the
maximum.
airplane now, they have USBs. Just plug it in.
Oh, I'm
plug
gonna
it in.
slap you.
Just plug it in.
This is ridiculous.
So-
Just plug it right in.
his phone.
I guess not.
I don't play games on my phone.
See, he uses.
I don't like it. I play Civ Revolution on my phone, and that's it.
I play occasional games, not very many.
I tried Pocket Mortys, and I can't get into it. And I'm a huge Pokemon fan.
On a side note, on Pocket Mortys, I have the One True Morty and and Cronenberg Morty. And
Are those rare Mortys?
yeah, those two are rare. Actually, those are the only two I have.
I've only read about the One True Morty.
Cronenberg Morty's
I haven't
awesome.
seen the other one. Yeah, I gotta look that one up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I haven't played that in a while. I've been a little busy with the new child. But
Yep.
but
You have a kid too?
He has 3.
Woo! Freedom.
Yeah. This is
That was another high five.
That's why he was over there saying he's gonna go buy he's had 2 Roombas and stuff like that.
Oh,
Something
and
that single people.
hold on. Here we go. Buy the
point.
Nito right now.
he's buying it. So
and
so
he'll
yeah,
return it the week
he's not
after.
kidding.
That's right. That's
No,
just
would
like,
you?
that's like Jaren. Jaren does that all the time. Buy something and then return it.
That's what we do the
Or
same
sell
thing.
it.
Or so. Well,
Yeah.
Just like
I
prom
ha-
dresses for girls. We just get tech and then take it back.
prom dresses. That's pretty accurate, actually. The other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is this ridiculously expensive camera.
I put it on our notes because I'm not a camera person, but I can't imagine a camera that's $26,000 for the base model before you get any lenses or anything.
And this is just for, is this just pictures or does it do video too?
It does video, but it's made for pictures. It's designed as pictures. Hold on.
So it's a, how do you say it?
Hasselblad.
Hasselblad?
Yeah.
Is there an L in there?
There's an L in there.
Oh yeah, Hasselblad.
Hasselblad. So they've been in business for a very long time.
Yeah, Hasselblad's a
Yeah.
very, very respected camera company.
So you can actually get on. I went to Tech Insider when I was researching this because the guy in there was cool enough to actually get to shoot some video with it, and he's a photographer, so he does a really good review of it. I don't understand a lot of the lingo in it because of that, but some of the stuff in I question what could make this $26,000 of a camera.
Well, it's definitely promoted towards a niche market.
Yeah,
you know?
like, because that's the thing, is everything, in my personal opinion, because I can't afford the super expensive stuff, like, I think the most expensive camera that I've had is a Canon 5D Mark III, and we got it for $2,500, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, anything you want to find out now, you can find it in a cheaper version. Like if you want a 4K camera with a gimbal, I highly suggest the Osmo that's out by DJI. It's amazing. It's a 4K camera, video camera. It's amazing. But it looks like for this, it's for the high-end camera enthusiast.
Artistic camera enthusiast.
Yeah.
Apparently the shutter is incredibly fast.
It has to do what's called
really fast autofocus, great quality, of course, in the images. But
and so the main thing they talk about is the medium format, which is basically making life like. As I read through the article, medium format is what makes it look like real life.
Okay.
Like that you are sitting in front of somebody, not washed out, not bowed in the lens. Like you can get really close. No distortion, no stretch, because of the way it shoots. And so I just, I put this on there, but I wanted the camera itself starts out like the base model for $26,000. You can get your lens and stuff. So as I was looking at, you can actually go look at the pictures he took with it are actually pretty amazing with the focuses it can do. It can actually take a very small slice of for instance, he shot a picture of a girl's face and just like the slice of her face down the front of her forehead and her face was in focus, and then the ears were kind of tossed out of focus, which is kind of
it had
cool.
a depth of field that was that shallow.
Depth of field.
You can get that with,
you can get that with any camera.
Yeah.
That's a lens effect.
Yeah.
So what medium format is, it's just a freaking huge sensor.
Yeah,
so
the big
Is
sensor.
that bigger than like RAW?
Yeah, RAW's a format of the actual image.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
is it bigger than full frame?
yes,
Bigger than a full frame sensor.
Yes.
Wow.
it's big.
For this, it's good if you want to take like billboard photos and stuff. But
How many megapixels is it?
I didn't
Yeah,
read
that doesn't
part.
really matter.
But like at this point,
Sure it does. If
for
you want to
that
blow it up
price
really
range, like you can look into getting like a Blackmagic camera or
big.
a
Blackmagic's
Red.
relatively inexpensive.
Yes,
Red is expensive.
Red is when that's the more higher end cameras. But like you can, in my opinion, you can get the same effect with a cheaper camera with a pretty alright lens. And then I'm going to assume at this price range you have good photo manipulative software for post processing.
I don't know. I think that's the key here is that better raw equals better end, right? Like
Better raw footage.
Better raw footage equals less
You
software.
definitely want to take...
I mean, you can do most of the effects that this camera can do post, right?
See, and I like doing stuff in post. Like a lot of people call it pre-Photoshop when they take pictures, but like I enjoy the I call it almost like the zen-ness of like looking at photos on my laptop and then being able to process them in post versus I like the after.
You like the manipulation
of
the file.
So
To answer your question, Tony, it's 100 megapixels.
100?
100 for the more expensive one, 50 for the cheaper one.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pickles.
So one of the other things it does is that if you in the film world, if you overexpose or underexpose the film, you'll get overexposure. You'll get really light. Like you left the aperture open, you'll get like washed out. And the way that the software and the processing with the sensor, it can basically undo that really quickly in post because there's no degradation of pixels. Is what they're talking about. So he has some examples where he took like washed out picture, like where he had overexposed and underexposed, where it was really dark or really light, and just basically fixed them in post without having to worry about wrecking the image, and it would look exactly like it should have. So
what professionals wouldn't have that issue though. Novices would. Taking a bad picture to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Touche.
Touche.
I mean,
You'd be surprised what you forget about when you're out taking pictures.
Touche.
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 Oh, touche.
I think we've run out of things to talk about.
Anyway,
That was our last
I
topic.
thought the camera for $26,000 came with like a full time
Someone to take pictures for
Yeah,
you.
needs to come with a rebate
it
for
came with
$6,000.
it came with a photographer that just lived in like a closet in my house or something. I don't know, or something.
Hasselblad, come out, it's picture time.
It's picture time. What to take another family photo.
takes the pictures. Then can I get my toaster?
Bang on the closet, Hasselblad is falling asleep once more.
Get the camera. So I don't know. I thought maybe that was what. Doing research, there's no small person or anybody really.
What do you mean by small person?
Shorter than 5
He means
feet.
Jaren. That's what he means. Come on, that's what you want to say.
How tall are you, Jaren?
There's no Jaren that comes with this
No,
Hasselblad.
there's not a free Jaren.
Not worth
I
it.
wasn't really sold after that.
Jaren.
I read through and there
Besides,
was nothing.
The Jaren was in last year's model. They
Yeah.
had too many breakage of cameras.
The cameras kept crashing.
Yeah.
you
We
could
needed
say.
a firmware update.
That's
Anyway.
it. If you want to kick us over any topics of stuff that you like or recommend anything for us, give us an email at thegadgetspotcast.gmail.com.
You don't know how email is.
How does it work?
The Gadget Spotcast at
Oh, yeah.
gmail.com.
Hey, did we get a new logo as well this time? Are we going to see that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How'd that work?
So tell us what you think about that.
Yeah, tell us if you like the new logo.
It's not up yet, but I will put it up.
Oh, it's not up yet?
By the time this goes
Things
out,
got crazy today,
by
okay?
the time this goes out, it'll be up. Yeah, and I think it looks pretty dang cool.
It
like
is
it?
pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah, well,
James. James did this. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, no one thanked me for the first logo.
I did.
I did.
You did the first
Not
logo?
publicly.
Not-
publicly.
Not publicly.
Thanks
Publicly.
for
Jaren.
the first logo, Jaren.
Thank
Oh,
you,
that
Jared.
doesn't feel sincere.
We're not replacing it because it was bad.
I just feel like James is replacing me, okay?
I don't have as good as hair.
Nope.
Oh.
You don't look like the. What's that guy's
He just
name?
knows
Drake?
what to say to you, doesn't
Nathan
he?
Drake.
He doesn't look like Nathan Drake.
He knows how to press
We
the
need-
right
Your
buttons.
hairline looks like it's proceeding versus receding.
Oh, that's the best thing you could have ever said to me.
Maybe that's the problem, because Jaren and I are cousins. I think he's taking my hairline. It's transferring to Jaren.
At nighttime, he stands over you just
Sucking my hairline out.
like a Death Eater.
Yes.
You're going to wake up, he's going to be panting over you, making eye contact.
And I'm going to be hairless. It's going to be so weird.
Your wife has been in on it the whole time.
What?
Hey.
Dumb.
Got this. All right. Drop us an email if you want. Follow us on Twitter, whatever.
Don't drop it.
Don't drop
Let's
it.
throw that out there.
Just do it.
Drop it in a field.
Send it. Yep.
Out back.
Ouch.
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Bye.
Woo!
Hopefully,